Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is August 23rd, 2025, and here are the top cryptocurrency news stories. Let's start today's episode with the Philippines, which is considering buying 10,000 bitcoins. Specifically, the Philippine Congress is considering a proposal that could lead the country's central bank to create a strategic reserve of 10,000 bitcoins. This proposal would require the central bank to buy 2,000 bitcoins per year for 5 years. These bitcoins would remain locked up for at least 20 years, according to the proposal. Well, a great proposal, isn't it? And from the Philippines, which is considering buying bitcoins, we now move on to the European Union, which is reportedly considering Solana, Ethereum, and other blockchains. Specifically, the European Union is reportedly looking at major public blockchains, including Ethereum and Solana, in relation to a digital euro. The European Central Bank is exploring the possibility of a digital euro that runs on a public blockchain like Ethereum rather than a private one. According to a report in the Financial Times, citing people familiar with the matter, this is very interesting. As you know from Crypto News, we have said many times that major economies would not use public blockchains, but their own private ones. So this is something very new, and I believe that the European Central Bank wants, if a public blockchain is used, to have privacy. Otherwise, I don't think they will use it. After this news, we move on to ETFs, starting with Bitcoin ETFs. As we saw, on August 21st, they had net outflows of $194 million, while on August 22nd, excluding BlackRock, we had inflows of $175 million. Over the past 5 days, Bitcoin ETFs have recorded a total of $1 billion in net outflows. For Ethereum ETFs, the picture is a little better. On August 21st, they reached $287 million in inflows, while on August 22nd, excluding 2 companies, they were at $228 million in inflows. Continuing with ETFs, I should mention that for the XRP ETF, Grayscale and Bitwise have made further modifications, which is an indication that we may be very close to approval. At least that is traditionally the case. In the meantime, VanEck wants to launch a new ETF, the JITOSOL ETF, which would pave the way for staking on Solana. Specifically, it would allow for so-called liquid staking. JITO is the project we have seen in previous episodes of Crypto News, and its main function is staking on Solana within the protocol. In return, it gives you another token called Liquid Solana. This token has the same value as the Solana you stake and allows you to reuse that value while your Solana remains locked up. Based on this protocol, VanEck is proposing a new ETF where all Solana is staked via JITO, creating Liquid Solana for use in Solana's DeFi ecosystem. The JITO staked SOL token, of course, benefits from this, as does the JITO token itself. Moving on, we look at another company making moves, our well-known Sharpling Gaming, which bought back $1.5 billion worth of its own shares. At the same time, Chinese company China Renaissance invested $100 million in BNB when it hit its all-time high. Finally, moving to Japan, we see a very interesting partnership taking shape. Specifically, Japanese financial group SBI has signed new blockchain partnerships with USDC issuer Circle, XRP developer Ripple, and Web3 company Startail. Essentially, it has partnered with Startail to create an on-chain tokenized stock exchange platform that will operate 24/7. Meanwhile, Ripple and Circle have partnered on their stablecoins, as SBI will explore new ways to drive adoption of these two stablecoins, USDC and Ripple's RLUSD. Well, that's good news, and we see adoption getting stronger and stronger in the cryptocurrency market. Moving on, we also get to the XRP news that we already knew, which is that the 2nd District Court has officially granted Ripple and SEC's appeals, ending a 4-year legal battle. Essentially, Ripple and the SEC had stated that they did not want to pursue the case and had filed appeals. The District Court essentially granted those appeals, so as a matter of law, this case is over. Obviously, the price of XRP did not go up at all, because it was something we already knew and we were just waiting for an okay from the court. Nothing happened. Moving on, we also go to the 13 wallets that made up to $24 million. Not every one of them, but each one got $1 million or more. And altogether, they made up to $24 million. And I'm talking about the wallets that were involved in Mr. Kanye West's coin. Most of the wallets in this coin either made nothing or made ridiculous amounts. Specifically, according to our data, 55% of the more than 43,000 wallets that participated in Mr. Kanye West's coin lost between $0 and $500. $100, while 26% of them gained between $0 and $500. So another celebrity coin that didn't do too well. Moving on, let's go to our favorite cryptocurrency market with Bitcoin at $115,000, while Ethereum made a new all-time high and reached $4,877, a small but significant all-time high that we hadn't seen in 4 years. The previous all-time high was $4,815. Let's say that the immediate positive is dominance, which we see revolving around Ethereum. Dominance is falling from Bitcoin and rising from Ethereum, so as we said, Ethereum will run and then the long-awaited alt season will come. While all of this is happening, let me tell you that since Ethereum's new all-time high, we've had a lot of liquidation, as $259 million was liquidated by traders who had said Ethereum would go down and not up. But a new all-time high was set, and while Ethereum is strong, all the crypto stocks like Circle, Coinbase, and MicroStrategy have obviously been up. And all of this is happening because of the good news we heard from Mr. Jerome Powell. Something I've been telling you for at least the last week, Powell finally spoke at Jackson Hole and basically said that the current situation with inflation and the labor market may justify adjusting the Fed's monetary policy. So in short, during his speech, which lasted less than 21 minutes, it wasn't negative for the markets. And what he said was that yes, there will be a rate cut. Obviously, he didn't say it out loud as with all his statements. And for that reason, the whole market is very happy because that shows us that we are probably going to move forward with a rate cut. The only negative I see is on the Bitcoin chart, which failed to break through our resistance and actually stopped just before it went up, and it's still inside it. So maybe we need Monday to see a little more volatility in the market. That wraps up the top news for crypto. Today is August 23rd, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care everyone, and have a good day.